So welcome everybody. Welcome back if you have joined for the past few weeks. This is a mixed level class. We're going to start in Sukhasana tonight. So we'll come to a nice seated position. We'll roll the shoulder blades up towards the ears and then back down on the spine, closing down the eyes. Starting to focus on the breath here. Taking deep inhales and long exhales. Making sure the spine is nice and straight. In tonight's practice, I want you to really listen to your body. If at any point you feel pain or sharp discomfort, you can always come out of the posture and take a child's pose. I'd rather you take a child's pose than injure yourself. Most of the time in our everyday activities, we'll often push the body a little too far, and we'll either end up hurting ourselves or we'll end up getting sick from overworking the body. So I really want you to be in tune with what's going on physically with yourself tonight. And only doing what feels right for you in tonight's moment. We'll inhale to lift the arms up and over the head. As you exhale, bring them to prayer and fold over, bringing the forehead closer towards the mat. We'll inhale the arms back up and over the head. Exhale, hands to prayer, folding over the body. Inhale the arms up and over the head. Exhale, hands to prayer, folding over the body. Come back to your seated position, keeping the hands in prayer with the eyes closed still. Maybe setting an intention for today's practice. We'll take a nice deep inhale and exhale out the mouth. Sealing in that intention. We'll take one more deep breath through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Slowly blink open the eyes. Lift the arms up and over the head. And exhale as you twist towards the right side of the room. Bring in the left hand to the right knee. And the right hand straight back behind you. The gaze is over the right shoulder. Breathing deeply here, making the spine nice and tall. And as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. We'll inhale the arms back up and over the head. And exhale, twist towards the left side this time. We'll inhale back to center. The hands go above the head. And as you exhale, come into your boat position, finding that nice V shape with the body. The knees can be slightly bent. And we'll take some of those boat crunches here. As you exhale, come to half boat, keeping the core engaged and the shoulder blades off the mat. We'll inhale to boat. Exhale down for 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale to come back up to boat. Cross the shin bones and roll over them, coming into your tabletop position. Making sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders and the hips are above the knees. We'll rock forwards and back to help warm up the wrists. I'll be cueing an arm balance later in today's practice. So we really want to make sure that the wrists are nice and warm. We'll flip the palms so the fingertips face the outside of the mat, and we'll rock side to side this time. Option to keep the wrists where they are, or you can flip them so the fingertips point towards your knees. And you rock slowly back and forth, gently peeling the palm off of the mat to deepen the stretch in the fingertips and the forearms. When you're ready, come back to a tabletop position and we'll take some cat-cows here. We'll inhale to drop the belly, arch the spine for cow. As you exhale, flex the spine and look towards the belly button. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take a few more rounds here to your own breath. After your next exhale, come back to a tabletop position. Slightly walk the hands closer to the front of the mat and push back into your first downward facing dog of the evening. Making sure to pedal out the feet, straightening one leg at a time. Ready, come into your expression of downward facing dog. We'll take 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A here, or Sunsal A. We'll inhale to slowly walk the feet towards the hands. As you exhale, come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Option to slightly bend the knees since this is our first fold of the evening. We'll inhale to come up to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, slowly rise the body up, bringing the arms up and over the head. As you exhale, bring the hands through prayer, placing them at your sides for Tadasana. Inhale, the arms up and over the head. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Step back into a high plank position. We'll take our first vinyasa here. We'll inhale to rock forward. Exhale, bend the arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, pushing back into downward facing dog. Step or hop to the front of the mat. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, coming into your Siddhasana. Inhale, the arms up and over the head. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank and take a vinyasa. Inhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, the arms up and over the head. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and take a vinyasa. We'll inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest. Step the foot in between the hands, adjusting the foot as needed. And we'll slowly rise the body up, coming into a high crescent lunge. Keeping the hips nice and square. The arms are nice and strong. We'll exhale, plant the hands back down. Step the right foot to meet the left and take a vinyasa. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands. Come back up to your high crescent lunge. We'll take some knee taps here. As you exhale, bring the left knee to the mat. Inhale to come back up. Exhale down for 2. Inhale back up. Exhale down for 3. Inhale back up. On our last one, we'll stay down. Exhale down. Keeping the left knee on the mat. Setting up for Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Maybe taking a gentle back bend here. Feeling a stretch in the left hip flexor. We'll exhale, straighten the front leg. Flex the foot, coming into half split. Inhale, up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, halfway split. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, halfway split. Bring both hands to the right side of your body. Feeling the stretch in different parts of your leg. We'll walk the hands all the way to the left side of the mat. And on your next inhale, slowly walk back to center. We'll plant the hands at the front of the mat. Lift the left foot up and back. Bring the right foot to meet the left, and we'll slowly transition into Sukhasana or side plank on the left-hand side by rolling onto the left side of the left foot, stacking the ankles, bringing all the weight into the left hand, either keeping the right hand on the right hip or bringing the arm up towards the ceiling. Engaging the glutes here and the core muscles. Option to take yogi toe lock by bringing your 2 fingers to your right toe. And wherever you are, we'll slowly bring that right foot back to the front of the mat. We'll keep the left hand planted on the mat, and we'll open up towards the right side for a nice twist. Slowly and with control, keeping the twist, we'll come up into a twisted high crescent lunge. On your next exhale, you'll bring the right hand to the back of your left hamstring and take a reverse high crescent lunge. Exhale to carve all the hands back to the front of the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left and take a vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands, adjusting the foot as needed. And slowly, with control, we'll rise back up into high crescent lunge on the second side. Keeping those hips nice and square. We'll exhale, placing the hands back on the front of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right and take a vinyasa. Left leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands. Coming back to high crescent lunge. We'll take those knee taps again here. We'll exhale to bring the right knee to the mat for 1. Inhale, back up. Exhale, 2. Inhale, back up. Exhale, 3. Inhale, back up. Exhale, 4, keeping the right knee on the mat. We'll come into our 𝘗𝘢𝘡𝘗𝑢𝑛𝑎 low lunge. Maybe taking that slight back bend here. Feeling the stretch in the right hip flexor this time. We'll exhale to straighten that front leg. Flex the foot, coming into a half split. Inhale, coming back to 𝘗𝘢𝘡𝘗𝑢𝑛𝑎. Exhale, half split. Inhale, 𝘗𝘢𝘡𝘗𝑢𝑛𝑎. Exhale, half split. Walking the hands all the way to the left side of the mat. Feeling a deep stretch in the hamstrings and the calves. Slowly walk the hands all the way to the right side of the mat. And on your next inhale, slowly walk back to center. Plant the hands at the front of the mat. Bring the right foot back. And then bring the left to meet the right. We'll take Sukhasana on the second side. We'll roll onto the outside of the right foot, stacking the ankles, either bringing the left hand to the left lift them up. Option for that yogi toe lock here. And as you exhale, bring that left foot back to the front of the mat. Keeping the right hand on the mat, we'll lift the left arm up, coming into a nice twist. On your next inhale, slowly rise up, keeping the twist. That twisted high crescent lunge. We'll exhale, bringing the left hand to the right hamstring, taking a slight back bend for our reversed high crescent lunge. On your next exhale, cartwheel the hands back to the front of the mat. Bring the left foot back to meet the right, and take a vinyasa. We'll inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands. Rise back up into your high crescent lunge. We'll straighten that front leg. Walk that back foot in, maybe about a foot, making sure both feet are now flat on the floor. And we'll exhale, fold forward, coming into pyramid. Option to bring blocks underneath your hands. Keeping the hips nice and square. Having a micro bend in that right knee. If you have blocks, you can move them out of the way. We'll bring the hands to the front of the mat. Step both feet back to high plank and take a vinyasa here. We'll inhale the right leg back up. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands, coming back into our pyramid pose. On our next inhale, we'll slightly bend that right knee as we lift the left leg off the floor. Slowly bringing the hands to prayer, rising up into our Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Finding balance here. We'll inhale that left leg up to stork. Take the right hand and grab the outside of the left thigh. And we'll open up for a standing twist towards the left side of the room. The gaze is towards the back of your room, towards your left hand. We'll exhale, bring both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, both arms up and over the head. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. We'll plant the hands and step back into high plank and take a vinyasa here. Right leg up and back. Exhale, set up into your Anjaneyasana by bringing that right foot in between the hands, dropping that left knee. Only staying here briefly. As we exhale, we'll straighten that front leg, coming into half split. Option to stay here, or you can start to walk that front leg forward, coming into your full expression of splits. If your front leg isn't completely on the floor, you can take a block and place it underneath the hamstring. And take both hands and press on that right thigh, pushing down to help open up that left hip flexor, opening up the hamstrings more. You can always bend over that front leg. We'll remove any props if you took any, and slowly begin to walk that front leg back into your 𝘗𝘢𝘴𝘢𝘶𝑢𝑎𝑠ana. Plant the hands at the front of the mat, and then push back into a high plank and take a vinyasa. We can come to Thunderbolt position as I demo the next pose. We're going to be taking flying splits. How I usually get into them is I'll start in a downward facing dog. I'll lift my right leg up, and as I exhale, I'm bringing that right knee and I'm placing it on top of the back of my right tricep, bringing both of my arms into chaturanga, and I'm hooking my left tricep on the inner side of my core, almost just above my left hip bone. And I'm using that as a shelf to hold my weight up. And maybe you're just gonna stay here tonight, or maybe you'll go in a little farther by straightening that right leg and lifting the left up, coming into a flying split. You can also do this pose with blocks. It makes it a little bit easier to lift the legs off the ground by giving yourself a little more height. So if you're gonna try with blocks, you'll place them shoulder width distance apart. Again, you'll start in your downward facing dog. You'll lift the right leg up. Take those nice chaturanga arms, setting up the legs. And you'll come into your flying split. You can try that now. As you're trying this, if you're going to try to lift the legs up, you're going to want to engage the glutes to help bring that leg up. And it's more of a balancing pose than a strength pose. So you're going to want to use those chaturanga arms to bring your body more forward. And it's okay if you have to lean your head on the floor at first, just to get that sensation of bringing your legs up. I'll give you another minute here to try that. Again, starting off from that downward dog position. And then lifting that right leg up and back. Making sure to have that left tricep create a shelf for your core. It also helps if you do a gripping motion with the fingertips to help stabilize the body. And when you're done playing, we'll take some nice wrist circles here. Bringing both hands together and rotating them one way. And then rotate them the other. Moving any props out of the way. And then I'll cue for the second side. We'll come into a downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale. Bring the foot in between the hands, setting up for a high crescent lunge. Rising up. And as you exhale, we'll straighten that front leg. Walk that right leg slightly in. Grabbing any props that you need. And folding over the body for our pyramid pose. This time feeling the stretch in the left hamstring. Keeping a micro bend in that left knee to help protect the joint. We'll move any blocks out of our way. Plant the hands at the front of the mat. Step both feet back to plank and take a vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, plant the foot at the front of the mat. Setting back up for a pyramid pose, only briefly. We'll inhale to gently bend that left knee, lifting the right leg up, and then slowly bringing the hands to prayer, coming into our Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. We'll inhale that right leg up to stork. Bring the left hand to the outer right thigh. Opening up towards the right side body, finding that nice standing twist. The gaze is towards your right hand. We'll exhale, bring both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale the arms up and over the head. Exhale, fold over Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Step back into high plank and take a vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring the foot in between the hands. Coming into our Anjaneyasana on the second side. As you exhale, come into that half split. Again, option to stay here in half split, or you can start to walk that front leg out farther towards the front of the mat, coming into your full split. Bringing a block underneath that left hamstring if needed. Pointing the toes. If you have a block underneath the left hamstring, you can bring the hands to the top of the left thigh and actively push down. Again, option to fold over that left leg. We'll inhale to walk up, removing any block out of the way. We'll come back into that downward facing dog position. Option to take any blocks again with you, and we'll take those flying splits on the second side. This time in our downward facing dog, we'll lift that left leg up and back. And as we exhale, we'll chaturanga the arms. This time, bringing the right side body onto our right arm and hooking the left leg on top of the left arm, straightening it as much as we can and lifting the legs up. Again, it's okay if you're here, just getting that sensation of laying the body on the triceps and using the gripping motion with those fingertips. It'll help you build strength to eventually come up into that posture. It'll also allow you to start feeling where you need to be balanced in the pose. I'll give you another minute here to try if you're practicing tonight. When you're ready, you can come out of the posture and we'll roll the wrists one more time. Making sure to roll one way and then the other. We'll come back to plank and take our last vinyasa here. We'll inhale that right leg up and back. Exhale, place the knee behind the right hand, coming into our Pigeon Prep. Option to take a block underneath the right hip bone if it doesn't touch the floor. We'll inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, slowly walk the hands down, bringing the chest and the forehead towards the mat. Noticing if you're gripping anywhere in the body or if you're holding tension in the hips. Just slowly begin to release it, letting your body fully relax into the posture. We'll inhale to slowly walk the hands back up towards the hip, moving any props out of the way. Push back into a downward facing dog and take some nice hip circles with that right leg. And then come to a still position in your downward facing dog. We'll inhale to lift the left leg up and back. As you exhale, place the knee behind the wrist, coming into our Pigeon Prep. Bringing any props that you need underneath that left hip bone this time. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to melt towards the mat. We'll inhale to slowly walk back up, moving any props out of the way. Pushing back into our downward facing dog. Taking those nice hip circles here. From your downward facing dog, we'll cross the shin bones and come to a seated position, extending both legs towards the front of the mat. We'll hug the left knee in towards the chest, and then let the knee fall towards the left side of your mat, setting up for 𝘗𝘢𝘡𝘀𝘍𝘐𝑢𝑟𝑎𝑠ana. We'll inhale the arms up and over the head, and as you exhale, fold over the right leg, either grabbing onto the right foot or the right calf, making sure not to push anything too far, making sure not to pull or tug. Bringing the stomach in, pushing and pulling it towards the back of your spine to create more space in the front side body, allowing you to fold a little bit deeper. We'll inhale to slowly make our way back up. Bringing that left knee back up to our chest. Extending the leg long. Shaking out the legs. And then find stillness, bringing the right knee to our chest this time. Then dropping the knee out towards the side of the mat. Adjusting your seat as needed. We'll inhale the arms up and over the head. Exhale, folds over the left leg. Again, bringing the belly button in towards the spine to help create space in order to fold a little bit deeper. We'll inhale to slowly walk back up. Bring both legs to the front of the mat, shaking them out. Adjusting the sit bones as needed. We'll come to staff pose. Inhale the arms up and over the head. Exhale as you fold over, grabbing onto both feet or the ankles. Inhale to slowly rise up, shaking out those legs one last time. And then we'll bring our hands, flipping the palms so the fingertips face the front of the mat. The hands are slightly behind the hip bones. And we'll lift up into a reverse plank, bringing the pelvis closer to the sky. Then exhale to release. Adjusting your seat as needed, and then coming back all the way down onto the spine. We'll hug the right knee in towards the chest. And as you exhale, bring that knee to the left side of your mat. Bringing the right arm either to a golf post position, or it can be straight for a nice spinal twist. Closing down the eyes here. We'll inhale back up to center and switch legs. Hugging the left leg in. And then on the exhale, we'll twist over to the right side body. Closing down the eyes. Inhale back up to center. Hug both knees in towards the chest. Giving yourself a nice hug. Taking any movements you need before setting up into your Shavasana. When you're ready, let the legs be wide on the mat. Pushing the back of your head into the mat, lifting the chest, and bringing the shoulder blades closer together on the spine. Exhale to release back down. The hands are off the mat with the palms facing up. Bringing the awareness back to the breath. Finding stillness here in your Shavasana. Slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bringing gentle movements back into the body. Rolling out the wrists and the ankles. And then taking a nice good morning stretch. Roll onto your right side, coming into a fetal position. And when you're ready, slowly pushing off of your left hand, come back to a seated position. We'll inhale the arms up and over the head. And as you exhale, bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat today and for listening to your body when it told you you needed a break. And remember to listen to your body, whether you're on the mat or off the mat. Giving yourself breaks in your everyday life to recover and renew. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.